Well, hello there. Well, I don't know what today. I guess today is the 15th of November, the year 2023. And just looking around and thinking and paying attention and reading, we are in such a mess as in the United States of America that there's not really much that's right. The criminals, the tyrants, the dictators, large and small, have taken over everything. And it's basically because of that two-party system that unconstitutionally assumed authority in the United States of America in the name of the people. Well, we the people, me, one of the people, don't agree with anything to do with a two-party political system. And I was just paying attention to some of the things that's going on in Europe about their democracy and how Germany has just about gone away from the whole idea of democracy, and with some new party that is supposed to be full of nationalism that's taken root in Germany. Seems like they might be going back to old things, you know, they call them right-wing things, but they're starting to be Germans. They don't want all that, a lot of the people don't want all of the immigration the way it's been going with all these people from these third world nations and that just coming in willy-nilly and all and everything. So, well, I got to look. Now, you know, we had that thing. We started out with the Declaration of Independence. And that's not law, but it was, it was the original intent that got us the Constitution of the United States. Now, the first part of that, in Congress, July 4th, 1776, see, I got it right here, to read. It says, it's the unanimous declaration of the 13 United States of America. When in the course of human events it becomes necessary for one people to dissolve the political bands which have connected them with another, and to assume among the powers of the earth the separate and equal station to which the laws of nature and of nature's God entitle them. A decent respect to the opinions of mankind requires that they should declare the causes which impel them to the separation. Then it goes on with that. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, that to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed, that whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or to abolish it, and to institute new government, laying its foundation on such principles and organizing its powers in such form as to them shall seem most likely to affect their safety and happiness. Well, it's not the form of government that has created the problem. It's the two-party political system. Started out with the Federalists and the Jeffersonian Democrats, when they were fighting over stuff about what the Constitution was supposed to be. And the Federalists had the idea that the place that was going to be put in that 10 miles square back there that be given up from the states, Virginia, whatever. There's 3 states, I think there was. That was the king. There was. And then some of them fellers, that Hamilton guy, he wanted a king. There were several of them people who wanted a king. But there was Jefferson and Madison and a bunch of them didn't want a king. They wanted a republican form of government. And that's where old Benjamin Franklin, after they had voted on the Constitution, was through writing it and everything, he told that lady as they were leaving, she asked him, what form of government do we have? And he says, you've got a republic if you can keep it. Well, that lasted up until the Civil War. And you know what? Them Federalists took over. Why? They invaded the South when the South says, we don't want nothing to do with that crap you're trying to feed us. We want our states' rights. Now, there was lots of people in the southern states didn't care one way or another about slavery. It was all about individual liberty and states' rights. Don't think anything else, and that's why the Southerners called it the War of Northern Aggression. Okay, now, we come down to today. We got troops, military, all over the world, it seems. Now they're talking about having that Lindsey Graham and some of his crony. Well, they're criminals. That's what they really are, because they've stolen our rights, our unalienable rights from us, and have put all these rules and laws and regulations to hold us down and make us do it the way they think we should do it. Now, they voted giving the president the authority, if he needs it, to go to war with Iran. Well, you know, Article 1, Section 8 of that pesky little document known as the Constitution of the United States of America says that Congress, the House of Representatives and the Senate, shall have the right to and the duty to. It don't say duty, but that's what their duty is. That bunch of guys, that 430 guys back there that sit around, do nothing, that other 100 bunch of guys sit around and do nothing except what the marionette bosses tell them to do. They got the duty and the right to declare, as it says in the Constitution, Article 1, Section 8, to declare war, grant letters of marque and reprisal, and make rules concerning captures on land and water. Now that seems pretty simple. They don't have the right to authorize the president to go to war, to attack in Iran, to attack in Kuwait, to attack in Korea, to attack in Vietnam, to attack in Afghanistan, to attack in any other place on the earth, except where at least 2/3 of the citizens, legal citizens of the United States of America, desire to have them attack. The president is not a king. He's not an emperor. He thinks he is. when he was put in as President of the United States, there is a little matter of the oath that he took. And it goes, quote, I do solemnly swear or affirm that I will faithfully execute the offices of President of the United States and will, to the best of my ability, preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States. Close quote. Now that nasty little thing there tells me, if you read that Constitution and everything, there are things that have been added, amended to that Constitution. For one thing, that, I don't remember, I think it was the 18th Amendment. Prohibition was an unconstitutional act coming out of Congress to be added to the Constitution. Okay? Never should have got to the people to be ratified. That 16th Amendment about the IRS making the taxation, setting up the IRS code back there in 1913, if I recall right, was the year. That was back in Woodrow Wilson's time. He was the big cheese. He was the big head of those two-party system guys. They passed that 16th Amendment. That never should have been. That was unconstitutional. Coming out of Congress. Didn't come out of a constitutional convention. It came out of Congress. So the Supreme Court should have stopped it from going to the people. The 17th Amendment, which castrated, emasculated the Constitution of the United States because it took the senators who had the definite purpose of protecting and making sure their state stood equal with the other states, no matter how many there are. Took away that right. The legislator was appointing them from each state. Made it so the people voted for them. So the Democratic, and I can't remember which party it was then, but the Republican Party, that two-party system, could get the people elected to be senators that they wanted. Those good-made mob men that get elected from each state each year are party people. They are not representing the people of the state from which they are supposed to come. Hillary Clinton, she became a senator in New York. Where was she from? How long had she lived in New York? She had no care about New York. She was a total national figure. Nothing to do with the state of New York. Nothing to do with states' rights. She became a senator. Well, there is no Constitution in the United States, no matter what all these talking heads say. We, the people, need to take back our form of government. Our form of government actually requires a basic consensus of all 330 million, plus or minus, legal U.S. citizens to do anything as a nation. We take care of Americans first. Hard to say, but the rest of the world can go and take care of itself. That's the way it's designed. After we have taken care of ourselves, we can help others. That's called charity. Think about it. I gone a little wild today, but I'm a good American. I am a patriot. I love my country. I don't care who people are. I don't care what they do, as long as they believe in liberty and equal rights for all. See, there's a lot of people don't believe in that equal rights for all. They believe that their rights are better than that other feller's rights. Well, in the whole concept of the United States of America, I'm not better than any person there is. But there ain't any person that's better than me. Think about it. Have a good day, and may God bless you all.